for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
The first time any of the series will race here in Oswego. It's a little over 6 cents on the mile. In New York, it's the PNC 250, the Pennzoil Truck Series, racing here at Oswego. Justin Zeidel starts on the pole for this short track race. 2 is outside the 21 of Jake Galloway. Then 3rd you have Tim Gary, 4th Michael Ferris, and rounding out the top 5, Danny Lloyd. Then 6th you have Steve Larker, 7th Jonathan Beeford, Cole Luigi in 8th, Levi Shones 9th, and Steven Taylor rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Steve Morgan in the 12, with Michael Cantle in the 47. Then there's Marcus Sachi and Alex Stewart, along with Jeff Bright and Trey Rainey. They have Carson Bowers and Keith Stevens, Lord Alano and Derek Hamill. Then there's Jack Canaramo and Diego Yepez, Alan Bowman and points leader Colton Yo. They have Tim Randolph and Landon Lyons, Isaac Nichols, and second in points DJ Reed. They have Luke Rainey and Riley Spurleytube, Stephen Baker and Myatt McDonald. Then there's Sebastian Kukulon and Mathis Wells, and in the final row James Stablito with JJ Reed to his outside. There's your starting lineup here for the short track race in Oswego, the PNC Bank 250. Let's get going with our starting command.
On behalf of the many great folks at Bass Pro Shops, Tracker, and MB&A, gentlemen, start your engines!
Business as usual today, buddy. Nice and easy. Your seatbelt's a little tucked for you, buddy. You're ready to rock and roll. Buddy, be ready here now. Feel that thing out real good here for the first lap or so. Make sure you got a good feel for it.
The first time we'll go racing here in Oswego. In New York, just over 6 tenths of a mile. Short track racing, the Pennzoil Truck Series. Into the restart zone for Justin Zeidel and Jake Galloway, and we're racing here at Oswego. Justin Zeidel leads lap 1 for the poles. Jake Galloway, who started second, falls back to 4th as he's fading back on the outside lane. Danny Lloyd moves up to 3rd. Here comes Jonathan Beeford for 4th on the 21 with Galloway as 3 trucks break away. Buford clears for 4th. Now Shones for 5th as the 21 continues his slide backwards. 3 wide further back. Marcus Sachi, Cole Luigi, and Trey Rainey getting a little close and personal there. They were rubbing and banging off each other. Mainly the 92 and the 24 that were hitting. As Cole Luigi falls back 3 wide. Definitely don't want to be on the outside here. Now, you definitely don't want to be up top of 3 wide, though. That could cause a crash. Still 3 wide here. Sachi kind of slides up there. Cole Luigi holding it nice and steady. Sachi finds his way down low. But Cole Luigi still looking. He's back to 13th and possibly even further back. He has no hold down low. He's still fading back, along with some others up ahead. Jake Galloway started 2nd. He's falling back to the back half of the top 10, but he has a hole right there in front of Carson Bowers if he can get it done right there. And he does get down line. So truck's getting down line here. As up front for 4th, Steve Morgan to the inside, Jonathan Buford. He's going to take that spot. As up front for the lead, Tim Gary's all over Justin Zeidel as they come off of turn number 4. So Gary might have a little bit of a faster truck right now. We'll see if he can make a move into turn 1. Here he comes to the inside, looking low. Up the track they both go, diamonding the corner. Morgan gets to 3rd. He passes Danny Lloyd in the 98, falls back to 4th. Buford 5th. For 6th, it's Shones. Galloway trying to make up lost ground. He just passed Michael Ferris, his teammate, and he's looking on the 22 of Levi Shones. It's up front again. Gary with the move to the inside of the 13 of Justin Zeidel. Side by side off of turn number 2. Tim Gary on the bottom lane. He's going to clear Zeidel off into turn number 3. 44 truck out front now in the PNC Bank 250. Tim Gary, Justin Zeidel, 1-2. Morgan trying to close in 3rd on that battle. Back here, a battle. Delano and Sachi. That's for 9th and 10th. Bowers looking to get a top 10 spot so he can move to the inside of the 92 truck. Sachi could fall back outside the top 15 if he's not careful. Galloway messed up there, 3 and 4. Gone way too hot into the wall he goes as they come off of 4. Marcus Sachi in the wall in the 92. 6 truck looks to the inside of him. Up front for a top 5. Jonathan Beeford up the track. Danny Lloyd trying to get back up there. It's back for the race lead. Seidel moves back underneath Tim Gary, who gets into the outside wall a little bit there off a 4, along with Steve Morgan. He's struck sliding here in some of these worn tires possibly, but Justin Seidel gets away with the race lead. Tim Gary back to second. Here's the battle for 4th. Danny Lloyd to the inside, Jonathan Buford, and Levi Schoen's going to try and fill a hold again inside the top 5. Yeah, the 22 truck. Schoen's been pretty good all season, but he's had some unfortunate breaks where he just does not get the finish he deserves, and he's further back in points than maybe where he would like to be. He's in the top 10, but he's not too safe to get into the chase, so this could definitely help him with a great result here today, as currently your points leader, Colton Yo, being scored 26th and not really making up any ground, as meanwhile, second in points, DJ Reed is back here in 29th, and he's not looking too good as well. So up front, pulling away, Schoens into the inside wall, hard hit, and Galloway head on, and Schoens has hit pit wall. Yellow, and that is a horrible crash. Oh my. Seidel leads us back, Steve Morgan second, and Tim Gary third. That is a hard crash for so many drivers. Levi Schoens into the pit wall, and Jake Galloway hard into the tires. We'll see what happened. Schoens and Galloway both done. These two have been racing inside the top 10, and Schoens really messed up 3 and 4, went high. He got into the outside wall, and Galloway kind of comes up and just wipes that 22 out. They'll go, and look at this hit for the 21 right there. Schoens gets spun around. Hard crash for both of them. Schoens ends up in pit road. It could have been a very, very nasty crash, though, if maybe Schoens went towards a pit wall, but still very hard for Galloway, who hits that wall head on. You can see right there. And Schoens. Look at this from another camera view. That's just, you don't expect a truck to crash there, and when one does, it's obviously very alarming. Right next to the flag stand. Luckily the flagman wasn't injured. That's just a hard crash. Levi Schoens, top 10 points coming in the day. But now, gonna have a bad finish. We talked about how we would need a good one. Now a bad one might drop him outside the top 10. Oh. Yeah, I hope Schoen's okay, because that was a violent turnaround. We hope Galloway's okay. Started outside the front row, faded back. This is a hard head-on crash, and it just stops dead in its tracks. And watch this. That's horrible. We hope both those drivers are okay, because that is a very nasty crash for both of them. Justin Seidel is led from the pole. He got passed by Tim Gary, got right by Tim Gary, and now he's got a new challenger up front as Steve Morgan moves away to second. They'll be challenging each other for the race lead on this restart. Coming back green with 21 laps to go, lap number 18. Jake Galloway and Levi Schoens both out from that crash. 34 trucks on the racetrack. Justin Seidel will be race leader once again once to go back green. Steve Morgan moves way up to second. He could challenge here. Tim Gary in third. Jonathan Buford fourth. Danny Lloyd rounds out the top 5. They have Carson Bowers, Michael Ferris, Trey Rainey, Laura Delano, and Marcus Sachi, the rest of the top 10. So here they come to the restart zone. Justin Seidel with the race leads. Led most of the laps here tonight. As we're back racing, Steve Morgan looking low already, though. That 12 truck might have something with him. He got by Tim Gary there before the yellow came out, and I really think that 12 truck, he's making his way through the field, slicing and dicing. We could see Steve Morgan battling Justin Seidel here before too long. That 12 truck looks like it's pretty good. He's looking to the inside right as they come down the front stretch. Trey Rainey back there and Michael Ferris for a spot. But the battle up front getting intense. 3 trucks break away as they battle for fourth. Jonathan Buford, Danny Lloyd side by side. Lloyd trying to take it from Buford. And Bowers trying to move his way inside the top 5. He could be looking for 5th here. As Trey Rainey moving his way forward in the 18 truck. Buford into the outside wall a little bit there. The 6 of Steve Locker also knocks it down a little bit further back. Steve Morgan's backed off Seidel just a little bit here. I don't know if his truck's maybe fading or if he's just trying to save some stuff here for later in the race. 13 up the tracks. 12 a little bit lower. And he gains that time through 3 and 4. Lloyd into the outside wall. Buford as well. Trucks into this outside wall. They may be slipping inside on these tires. Bowers moves to 4th. Lloyd back to 5th. Buford 6th. Trey Rainey 7th. They have Michael Ferris, Diego Lopez, and here comes Cole Luigi up inside the top 10. Where's that 24 truck come from? He's on the outside row, fell back outside the top 15, but now here he's battling inside the top 10. He gave a shot another great finish here tonight if everything stays as it is. Up front, though, this battle for the race lead. Morgan, I don't think is going to let Seidel get away. I think that 12 truck's just a little bit better at this moment. We'll just have to see if he can get by here. He has been running a little bit lower, and that's really helping him through the corners and off the corners. So Seidel really has to feather the throttle. Morgan can hit the gas and get right on by. Make sure here Morgan just a little bit lower, and he can get on the gas a lot faster than Zidell can. He's running a higher lane. That 13 truck might be a little tighter than that 12 is. And through 3 and 4, you can see again that 13's about a truck length higher than that 12. It's really hurting him as they come off the corner. That 12 gains down the straightaway and through the corner. And look at this, again, down low for the 12. But the 13 powers off the top side there. I really think that the 13's better through 1 and 2, but that 12 is all the way better through 3 and 4 down the front stretch. So here again, lower. To the inside goes, down the front stretch. Zidell to the outside wall a little bit. At the line, Zidell leads, but Morgan's to his inside. Side by side through 1 and 2, and as they come off turn number 2, Morgan with the inside advantage. So they come down the back stretch. And in turn 3, Steve Morgan, the race leader now. The 12 truck out front. Zidell fades back on the top side. Tim Gary looking for second. Zidell from the pole, but he falls back. Now Tim Gary and the 44 going to move to second as they go through 1 and 2. Gary clears for second. Zidell back to third. Fights back on the outside, but can't get anything with it. Tim Gary now going to try and run down the 12 of Steve Morgan. Into the wall hard. Carson Bowers in the 16. Slows up the 02 Jonathan Beeford. And Trey Rainey going to move for 6th on Danny Lloyd. Now he's going to look for 5th as Beeford tries to shut the door. The 18 is down there. Trey Rainey inside the top 5 into turn number 3. Yeah, Bowers really knocked the wall down as they went through 3 and 4 right there. Zidell to the wall off of 4. He drops back. 13 obviously not handling like it was earlier in the race. Got Koldewich up to 8th. Beeford back to 7th and all that. Carson Bowers gets away in 4th, but he's lucky he kept 4th. Look at that, everyone got stacked up behind him and couldn't make a move. 10 of that 12 truck looks like the best one out here. Tim Gary keeps sliding up in the corners. It's really losing him ground. That 12 truck can keep it nice and steady in the middle or towards the bottom lane. And it's really being an advantage for Morgan right now. Caution! Yellow! And a wreck again in the wall. That's Alan Bowman in the 66. And a yellow flag that Steve Morgan probably did not want to see. He's going to have to deal with the restart. We take the caution with 9 to go. It's going to be around 4 laps to go for this restart. Steve Morgan leads, but another crash in the pit wall. This time, Alan Bowman involved. Just like what happened with the previous incident, except this time, Bowman kind of gets a little high, gets into the wall just a little bit. Michael Canto comes flying in and nails him. Around goes the 66. Colton Yule in the 10 spins the 66, but luckily he misses, and Bowman once again hits right where those drivers hit it. Luckily, he was going slower, and he didn't hit it head-on like Shones and Galway did. You can see he kind of scrubbed off speed spinning around, and on top of that, he hit it backwards and not really forward. Still a hard impact, but a lot better than what Shones and Galway hit it. Colton Neal's made his way through the field now. Gets some damage for this, but I believe he should be fine. It's a short track, not much aerodynamics needed. Oh yeah, he should be fine. I don't see much damage to that 10, if at all. He's going to be top 15 here for this restart. He can gain more spots than what he has been gaining. So that 10 truck could get a great finish out of a night where it looked like he wasn't going to be finishing top 20. Steve Morgan did not want that. He was pulling away from Tim Gary and the others, and now he's going to have to deal with a restart late in this race. It's going to be around 4 laps to go. Can the 12 truck hold on? Can Tim Gary get up there? Here we go. 4 laps to go for the green flag. Alan Bowman out. 33 trucks on the racetrack. Steve Morgan trying to win here in a late race pass. Tim Gary trying to get behind this restart. Justin Zidell trying to get back up from the pole. Carson Bowers and Trey Rainey are your top 5. Final restart of the night. Steve Morgan leads. We're back racing here at Oswego. Morgan got a great jump there. He got away from Tim Gary, but a little high through 1 and 2. Gary a little bit lower. Down the backstretch to the 44 gains. Great run for Tim Gary. He's looking lower again. Through 3 and 4. The 44's there, but can't get to the inside. Zidell drops back. Going to 4th as Bowers looks to his inside. 3 laps left. Gary looking to the inside. Morgan can't get there. Bowers moves to 3rd. Down the backstretch, off into 3. Gary's truck looks better on this restart. Zidell drops back. Trey Rainey looking to his inside. Now 2 laps left. The PNC Bank 250 could come down to this final lap. Morgan running the middle lane. Gary a little bit lower. Drops back that time as they come down the backstretch. It might take a bonsai-like move. Through 3 and 4. Gary up the track a little bit. Morgan going to be able to pull away because of that. White flag is in the air. Steve Morgan has 1 lap left here at Oswego. 0.6 of a mile. It's going to come down to a drag race through 3 and 4. Can Morgan get through it? Can Gary close in? The 44 tries up the track. He goes. Steve Morgan gets out front late and will win the PNC Bank 250 at Oswego. Truck's rubbing, coming to the stripe. How about that for Steve Morgan? A great race for him. He got out front at the end, and that 12 truck just looked unstoppable once he got out front. Gary tried, but couldn't get done. Steve Morgan with the win here at Oswego. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finish results from the PNC Bank 250 at Oswego. There were 2 caution flags for 10 laps, and 3 drivers led this race. Steve Morgan was one of them. He led 14 laps en route to a victory over Tim Gary, who ended up second. He led 2 laps. Carson Bowers in third, and he closed down the points lead. Trey Ray up to fourth. Great race for him. And Justin Zedell from the pole led 22 laps and ends up fifth. And Jonathan Buford in sixth, Code Luigi seventh, Danny Lloyd eighth, Marcus Sacchi ninth, and Michael Canto rounds up the top 10. There's your top 20, and Colton Yo, after starting 24th on the outside lane, he fell back to about 28th. He ends up 14th. Great race for him. It could have been a lot worse, but the points lead has tightened up, with Carson Bowers ending up getting 165 points in third, and Colton Yo getting 14th, only 121 points. Bowers closed in 44 points. That's going to be close at the top of the points list. Look down, 33 trucks finished the race running as Alan Bowman crashed late, and Levi Schultz and Jake Alloway both had their horrific collisions into the pit road wall. Now let's go look at the points. Here are the points standings as we head from the short track of Oswego. Colton Yo keeps the points lead, but Carson Bowers is closed in to 32 back. He's second. Marcus Sacchi third, just trying to stay consistent to make the chase. Danny Lloyd fourth, and Diego Gapez rounds out the top 5. They have Steve Morgan in 6th. That win moves him up to 6th. DJ Reed falls from 2nd all the way to 7th. Jonathan Buford 8th. Alex Stewart 9th. And Riley Spurleytube holds the final spot inside the top 10. There's your top 20 truck battle. Levi Jones needed a great race here to keep himself in the top 10 points. Well, he falls to 13th after finishing at the back of the field. But he's not that far out. Riley Spurleytube has 8 points over 13th. So really, like, 9th to 13th really close together. As Alex Stewart not that far ahead of Shones, but once you get to 14th on down, they're pretty far behind 13th in them. Your 2 wild cards are Jack Kenneram in 11th and Mike McDonald in 12th. Other winners that can get up there: Keith Stevens, Isaac Nichols, Landon Lyons. They're all with wins. They have to get up there, though, and challenge for those wild cards. Another winner down here, Stephen Baker, 25th. Alan Bowman, 30th. They need something to go right for them to get up there and challenge. So we look ahead to the next race, which will be another short track. We go to Bristol for the Sharpie 250. I'll see you guys then.